I'll tell you what, making adjustments to your mic is so much easier with this dadgum DJI. I'm telling you, I had a GoPro for so long, and I'm so jaded against GoPro now after getting this DJI that, holy crap. It's like, why didn't I change sooner? Anyways, that's not why we're here today. Why are we here today? First off, we're just going to talk. It is a brisk 57 degrees right now. If you've noticed, the past couple videos have been with me doing some stuff on the Tenere. They haven't done very well, which my videos don't do very well anyways. So I want to do some stuff that's more beneficial on the channel. And that's what I'm going to start doing. So first order of discussion. Chain and sprocket changes on the Tenere. You need to drop the RPM because the engine is just screaming. And here in Texas, you could be on the highway for quite a bit of time. And you want to drop those RPMs. And it's a fine balance because you don't want to drop the RPM too much, because whenever you get down into them lower gears, if you're doing some off-roading, it doesn't have the power. Your engine may not have the torque to run those low gears. And that is what leads me to this bike right here. So riding the trails, before I did my cat delete and tune, riding the trails, I was kind of iffy about going up one tooth. How's it going to handle it with one tooth up? Because one tooth makes a big difference. And I've heard other people saying it wasn't too horrible, but they don't ride like me. So you got to take everything into consideration. How does it pertain to you? And finally, now I have progressed enough in my off-road riding to where second gear, I'm right in between second and third gear. When I'm on the trails, it's definitely second gear, but I also switch into third gear for a minute, and then I'll have to switch back down. So I bet whenever I change my sprocket to the 16 tooth, I will be able to put it in third gear and leave it in third gear. Now I'm getting off subject. Well, not really. So for my big trip next year, I might not have the money to do what I want to do because I also need new tires on my truck. New tires on my truck's going to cost me $1,500. Well, that's how much my trip is going to be. Now, yes, eventually I'm going to have it, but okay. So let's not get into that. So what I'm planning on doing, if I will just save that money, and then I'm going to get on the highway and I'm going to do the New Mexico BDR. Straight up, just, whoo. Do the New Mexico BDR, start to finish at my house, which means a lot of highway riding. So for, again, those of y'all who aren't in Texas, you know, I will spend 10 hours just getting out of Texas. And that's just that, and that's the short route, just getting out of Texas. Back to the sprocket, it will definitely drop the RPMs because there's a guy that I ride with that has the same bike and the same tune as me. Yes, exact same tune as me because I gave him the tune. And he's got the 16 tooth, and I do listen to him more than really anybody else that I know that has a Tenere, because he used to race MX and he absolutely loves the one tooth down or one tooth up in the front after the tune. Without the tune, he said it was fine, but with the tune, he's like, you won't have any problems on the trails. I've only done this route once, and it is like a shortened version of another ride that we have. You know, don't trust these railroad crossings. It's a shortened version of another ride, but it's really scenic, and it's got some really good roads. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about earplugs. Man, look at that. There are no gates in this little cemetery. Wow, that's a cemetery that people aren't dying to get into. Why do cemeteries have fences around them? Because people are dying to get in. All right. (1944) died April 23rd, 1944. Bob Johnson. That's Amelia Johnson. September 1948. September 13th. Age 104 or 04. I think that's 104. Died in 1930. 1900. Richard David. He was born in 1900. 1877. Jim Burton. Jim Burton. Hold on him now. He was making movies, wasn't he? 1877 and 1945. Why are you all crooked? Can't read that one. 1910. Died May 4th, 1910. That's another Deaver. Edie Deaver. U.S. Army, World War I. Hey there, fella. April 12th, 1898. February 6th, 1926. My grandmother was 2 years old when he died. U.S. Army, World War I vet. He was only 28 years old. Who are you? You're out here all by yourself, too. The headstone's kind of crooked. It's another World War I vet. Excuse me for a second. 1891 to 1948. My mom was 2. Arthur Cosi, Corporal, 165 Depot Brigade. World War I. August 3rd, 1891 to February 3rd, 1948. Damn! Ruby Lee Brinkley, 1932 to 93. PFC. Hey, how you doing there, Private? March 18th. Hey, he was born a day after me. I was born March 17th. World War II vet. Echo Company, 25th Infantry, 1911 to 1954. Eddie Allen Jr. Man, those were hand chiseled in there. 1885. Randall Oscar Sr. died 1911. 1885 to 1911. Or is that 1913? I don't know. It's old. Who are you? Baby. Oh no. Baby E.R. Johnson. Or is that his name? Died AJ 1957. I can't read it. 1888 to 1974. Who's this? That's the baby. It's got to be a baby. That's sad. I can't read that. Got some World War I and World War II vets in here. It's definitely an old cemetery. Nice little detour. Damn, them clouds don't look very promising, do they, folks? Oh well, we'll ride till we can't. Damn! That's a lot of daggone roosters. Holy shirt. Yeah, that's that 40% chance of rain right over there. Ha. So we'll talk about these Artivive earplugs. So far, they are pretty damn good. They are pretty damn good. I love my foam earplugs, but they are just a little cumbersome to put in. Cumbersome? That's not the right word. Tedious. No. It's a process to put my foam earplugs in. You know, you got to roll them, stick them in there, hold them to where they don't push themselves out. And then on cold days, it takes forever for them to expand. These Artivive earplugs, they go in pretty damn quick. I can do it with one hand. And they actually work pretty damn good. Oh, that is green. I thought it was moss on top of a pond. Moss, algae. My initial impressions of these Artivive earplugs are great. So far, they're comfortable. I've had issues with plastic type earplugs, just, you know, towards the middle of the day. And granted, I haven't been riding too long. They start hurting my ears. That's why I like the foam earplugs. They don't hurt my ears. But these seem pretty daggone comfortable. And whenever I was on the highway doing 90 miles an hour, it was fine. It was really fine. And I can hear my music a little better. So I think I'm actually somewhat sold on these. I can see myself using foam earplugs for really extended rides, because I ain't gonna lie, they do block out more. But for my extended highway rides, like say next year, if I do ride the New Mexico BDR start to finish from the house, I can definitely see me using foam earplugs. They just block out a little bit more. But after that, after I get out of Texas, yeah, I'll put these back in. Nice. I knew I smelt the rain. And here it is. Another way that I judge how good earplugs block the noise is how much of my tinnitus can I hear. Oh, it's a bobcat. Huh. Oh, look at the deer. Damn, how fast are you going? 40, 45? Woo! 40, 45 into the woods. Holy crap. I hope he had good brakes. Alright guys, well, I guess that's going to be it for this video. Hope it was somewhat entertaining, somewhat useful, a little bit of both. If not, well, stick around. I'm sure we'll get there. Alright, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.